There's nothing worse than feeling and looking awkward around other people.
It's my daughter.
Oh yeah, no, totally, me too. I mean, I'm a daughter.
But most people don't realize that awkwardness can make people actually adore you even more if you handle yourself well. So in this video, you'll learn 4 mistakes that make you seem awkward in a bad way and 4 ways to turn that awkwardness around. And because Dakota Johnson is the queen of turning awkwardness into charm, she'll be our primary example for today. I hope you enjoy the video. The first mistake people make is mood matching. This is when you try to match the mood and energy of the people around you to avoid standing out. The problem is, if you don't stand out at all, you can quickly become that person who's just kind of awkwardly hovering around, waiting to speak. Dakota doesn't do this. Instead, she transforms awkwardness by coming into conversations one level more positive than the people around her. You can see it in the way she's almost always on the brink of laughter.
By the way, what time did you go to bed last night?
It's gonna come back.
The gap will come back?
Yeah.
I worked with a dialect coach a little bit, but I have a thing with eavesdropping.
Even in situations where most people would feel extreme pressure to conform to someone else's mood and attitude, Dakota can't help cracking up.
With that kind of passion, I wonder if your knee might be...
What's that?
Being one level more positive than the people around you doesn't mean you have to be cracking up all the time. You can do this simply by being the first to smile in any situation. Plus, we all know that one person who's annoyingly giggly, and you don't want to be like them either. So, another trick for bringing positive vibes to a room without being awkward or annoying is to use expressive laughter. Wait for someone else to say something funny, then let yourself laugh heartily at that, like Dakota does here.
Honestly, I'd rather in my hands and clap. I would.
The key with expressive laughter is to be very expressive in your body language. Keel over, touch the other person's arm, throw your head back even. Laughing like this at someone's joke will make them freaking love you. Of course, Dakota is not faking laughter, and neither should you. Instead, her magnetic positivity comes from her ability to genuinely find humor in every situation. And that brings us to mistake number 2, avoiding embarrassment. Most of us try hard to avoid embarrassing ourselves, but doing that will leave you completely blindsided when it does happen. And there's nothing cringier than looking absolutely mortified after embarrassing yourself. So how do you avoid an awkward situation like this? The answer lies in your mindset. You would be much better off learning to expect embarrassment and to see it as a funny and inevitable part of life, even when you're the one getting embarrassed. This mindset will make it much easier for you to laugh off embarrassment like Dakota does here.
Was he really?
And I was shocked.
Dude, you made that word 3 syllables. Shocked.
Even if you're really dying inside, just being able to smile through an embarrassing moment is enough to tip the charisma scales in your favor, making you come off as cute instead of cringy. And you don't have to wait for something really embarrassing to happen to get good at this. Start by laughing at yourself regularly. Laugh anytime you catch yourself saying something silly or awkward throughout the day, like Dakota does.
Have you ever tried to floss?
No. I mean, I can understand what your body does, but I don't do it with my body.
And if the instinct to laugh at yourself doesn't come right away, don't worry. You can always rebound with laughter later. Emma Chamberlain famously did this after she accidentally told Jack Harlow that she loved him.
Well, I'll see you in there.
Can't wait. Love you. Bye.
Love ya.
But sometimes the cause of embarrassment is not so obvious, and that brings us to mistake number 3, powering through discomfort. When something subtle is making you feel uncomfortable, it's tempting to try to ignore it and power through. But more often than not, you end up looking like this.
I am here to talk about Need for Speed Payback. If you guys didn't know, Need for Speed Payback,
Super awkward, right? This guy would have been much better off if he had simply told people that he forgot his introduction rather than trying to power through it. The best way to handle a situation like this is to say exactly what's going through your mind, like Dakota does after this wardrobe malfunction.
Leslie just broke my dress. Okay, so, well, it's not like nobody here hasn't already seen my boobs.
This situation could have been incredibly awkward, but Dakota saved herself by saying exactly what she was thinking at the time. But quick warning here, this won't work if you look super uncomfortable while you're speaking. If you can speak slowly and smile as you admit discomfort, the situation won't even register as awkward.
I have to admit something.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I didn't try the suit on before I came out. And I realized that it's so tight.
Moments like this show that charm has less to do with how you treat other people and more to do with how you treat yourself. So don't be so hard on yourself. Prioritize your own comfort and happiness, and the world will follow suit. And that brings us to our fourth and final mistake: shutting yourself down. Have you ever started to say something and awkwardly trailed off when you realized no one was listening? It's tempting to do this when it seems like no one cares about what you have to say. But here's a hard truth. If people look disinterested in what you're saying, it's probably because you look disinterested in it. So next time you feel like no one is listening, I challenge you to make one change. Be stoked about your story. Even if the story isn't that funny or interesting, your enthusiasm alone will make people genuinely love listening to you. Watch how amused Dakota looks when talking about something as basic as dealing with her dog getting skunked.
I asked if he could find some tomato juice because that's what you're supposed to put on it.
And in this clip, watch how Jimmy starts laughing before Dakota even reaches the punchline just because she's so amused by her own story.
Oh, no.
This one kid had his pockets. He had a sweatshirt on, his pockets were out to here. And the candy was just falling out all over the place, and he just kept going.
He became a pinata himself.
Stuff it back in his pocket.
Yeah. And again, this isn't about pretending to be excited. Talk about what genuinely fascinates and amuses you, and that enthusiasm will become contagious. Now, people won't always laugh along with you. Not everyone will share your sense of humor, and that's okay. Being charming isn't about making everyone like you all the time. It's about being so comfortable with yourself that you know you will be okay no matter how people react. Because at the end of the day, loving yourself and caring for yourself is one of the most charming things you can do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe for more videos like this.